Now, of late, you will notice that a lot of the Japanese guys are paying attention to the market segment that is currently occupied by the likes of Mercedes-Benz, BMW and Audi. It's because, well, they have the cars for it. And now they are coming up with cars that not only boast about the Japanese reliability, which is completely legendary, but also, well, look at this, good looks. Introducing the brand new Infiniti Q50, a car that is supposed to put heat on the colors of the BMW 3 Series, the C-Class, as well as the Audi A4. But here we're going to see if the Japanese guys are going to be able to bring the competition to the European boys. So this car has three USPs. Number one, it's tech-laden. Number two, it's supposed to be very comfortable. And number three, it's supposed to have a design language which departs from the Japanese guys a little bit, but it also differentiates itself from the European guys. So this design here, which looks quite garang and in your face, well, some might like it, some might not, but I think it has a very strong design presence with that very obvious grille, as well as the swept-back headlights. It looks very, very garang, and from a certain angle you will see the two lines emanating from the grille itself. From a certain angle it looks like it's a double perched eyebrow kind of thing, and making it look really garang. But that's only part of the story, which is the front. How about the sides and the rear? Let's go. So the strong line up front is continued with this very, very muscular looking shoulder line that runs all the way to the back. But there's a special cool effect over here where the two lines actually do not meet, and it creates this zigzag effect. It looks really cool. Now you get the standard 18s on these cars. It is wrapped by the Bridgestone Potenza run flats on all four. So, you know, you've got good quality wheels over here. And, well, let's go to the back. Now, we're at the back here, and to me, this is where it looks the most Japanese. And this definitely says Japanese, but in a good way. It's a handsome design. But this brings us to this fairly large and cavernous 500-litre boot space. It's good. You've got a lot of space in here, and if that's not enough, all you need to do is pull this and you can push the rear seats forward, giving you an even larger boot space. One gripe though, the lift is fairly high, so you're going to have to actually heave your bags up and put it down again, and that's quite an effort. If only this was slightly lower, makes putting stuff in a lot easier. But enough about the boot space. How about space for me? How about space for the driver and the passengers? Let's go and check out the inside. Alright, so let's go and check out the inside. Oh, don't like the sound of that. It doesn't have PT, my definition of posh thud. But that aside, let's go. Welcome to the cockpit of the Infiniti Q50. Brakes and ignition. Well, there you go. And I am pushed to the perfect driver's position. As you can see, no keys, so it's keyless entry and keyless go. And the moment you start the car up, the car will actually envelope itself around you. Now, what do we have inside here? Now, this is a beautiful interior. It's got a very trick looking double touch screen setup over here, and it just looks the business. You've got all the controls and everything around here, but you still have buttons. So it's not too Spartan, it's not too overcrowded, it just looks just about right. The two screens do different things. You've got the cameras on the top screen and the clock, and you've got all the driver aids and all the options and all that in the second screen down bottom. And it actually feels like, you know, a tablet, which is something that you're probably very used to using. The steering looks good. It's got just about the right amount of buttons, and everything looks to be very easy to understand and to be in control. You've got a knob over here to help you make your choices, and you've got the drive mode selector. The interior is finished in this nice looking grey leather. You've got the selection of either grey, beige or black, and the trim, you can either choose this aluminum finish or wood. I prefer aluminum finish. It just goes with the look of the car. You've got enough cubby holes here, there and everywhere, and generally speaking it's a comfortable place to be in. We're going to check out about the drive in a second, but in the meantime, this driver's seat has a 10-way power adjustment, and this particular unit comes with the optional 14 speakers Bose system, which sounds magnificent. Okay, how about the rear seat? Let's go. Welcome to the boss's seat. So the Q50 is one of the largest cars in its segment. So that means technically with the longer wheelbase, you're supposed to have a lot of space in here. And I think space isn't really a problem. You do get enough space. I'm 5'11", and I prefer to have my seat pushed back when I drive. And even in that position, I have about enough leg room and also headroom to actually be in a comfortable seating position, right? And then apart from that, you have enough space for 2 people at the back here very comfortably. However, if you're the third person and you have to sit in the middle, that's probably not going to be a very good idea, because you've got the transmission tunnel over here and you've got this raised part over here. It's just going to make for an uncomfortable ride. So 4 people in here is probably the best configuration that you want to have. And of course, you've got this center armrest that you can have cup holders and all behind here. So if you were to be a boss and travel the miles in one of these things, I think you probably have a fairly comfortable and very relaxing ambiance to be in. Okay, now on with the drive. Though driven by the rear wheels, fun tilt flicks aren't exactly on the cards for this car. We'll leave that to our friends from Munich and Stuttgart, and that's quite a shame, because the car looks like it can handle that sort of thing. What it does come with is a 2-litre turbo lump with 211 bhp and 350 torques, coming in from as low as 1250 revs. This is mated to a 7-speed auto box that is smooth but not aggressive enough when you want it to be. This powertrain is not lazy, just bent more towards being relaxed. But one thing that is worth noting in this car is the driver assist system package. With it, you get blind spot warning with intervention, a round view monitor, active lane control, lane departure warning, intelligent cruise control, and predictive forward collision warning. In short, it's like having a magical nanny in the car. You can tell her to go away if you want to, i.e. when you get annoyed. But when the system is fully on, you certainly feel that little bit safer, much like the feeling you have when you know someone's got your back. But nonetheless, you still have to be alert always. So at the end of it all, you ask if the Infiniti managed to usurp the Germans in the compact executive sedan market. The answer, not quite. It's still got a thing or two to learn, but this is a strong statement from the Japanese that they are going the right direction.